I'm here, Jamie with Bite. Hey, and it's Amari with Bloom, and we're here today with Dee Crawford! Oh my gosh, Dee is with Do Me a Favor, and I am obsessed. I'm like literally a fan.
Back at you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Jamie.
I'm Amari.
And
we're just two trying to make it. Hi, I'm here, Jamie with Bite. Hey, and it's Amari with Bloom, and we're here today with Dee Crawford! Hi! Oh my gosh, Dee is with Do Me a Favor, and I am obsessed. I'm like literally a fan.
Thank you. Back at you. Or Dome a Favor, which people say online when they're reading my emails. Yeah, they're like, Dome a Favor, STL. I'm like, what do you think that is? Like, what would Dome a Favor be?
We had a girl last week and she spells it Nazi art and they call it nasty. Nasty art. And I'm like, it clearly says Nat. See,
Yeah.
like people kind of.
It's like a play. Is her name Natalie?
Yeah.
Does that get you more
It's like
business or less?
Oh,
don't be a favor.
Yeah.
Who knows? They're probably like, what are you selling there?
They're disappointed. Like, oh, dang. That's too funny. Well, thank you for joining us for lunch today, and thank you for suggesting Taco Buddha because it's so cute here.
Yes.
I love it. We got some margaritas on the
Any
way.
opportunity to come have some margs, I'm down for it.
So
This place is so cute.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I creeped on you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I actually saw the new, like, did you do like a 40 with like all kinds of cute little silver balls?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Party Hop Shop in Webster. They are like a party planning company. They do balloons, backdrops, that sort of thing. And recently made the 40 disco ball numbers. Like sort of like the, a play on like the marquee letters. But the 40, the disco balls were just like show-stopping.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So cute.
And heavy. They're actually in the back of my car now. And like the back of my car is like disco, like the reflection because they're face up is just like insane. I got in there Sunday and I was like, whoa, I forgot these were in my car.
Got a little driving hazard.
So you turned 40.
Yes.
Okay, so you're thriving, you're 40.
Yeah.
So tell me and the listeners,
Yeah.
who are you? What do you do?
Yeah.
So I am Dee, and I live in a house full of boys.
Lucky you.
So
Yeah.
I try to create.
Jamie's got some boys. Yeah.
I have one boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 10-year-old and almost 10-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Okay. Well, get ready for a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
I know. I've heard that the tween, even tween, and then of course teenage.
We got a lot of testosterone right now.
So I like to design and bring as much color into like my business products, my wardrobe, my decor, my home styling, my branding, all of that. But I am a 40-year-old mom who makes t-shirts and content online and tries to share my life with others. And
With 69,000 followers.
Yeah.
yes, while trying to be a good mom, a good friend,
Yeah.
Join the club. Let me know if you figure out the secrets.
I know.
Lots of phone reminders and calendar reminders and Siri and Alexa and asking
Okay, good. I mean,
ChatGPT, all the help.
I'm in
take
good
all
company
the
then.
help.
I feel like my phone's dinging off the hook all the time.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
even on the way here, we were like, and I'm going to make a call, and now Jamie's going to make a call. And then
My son's graduating 8th grade. So we're doing field trips. We're doing 8th grade party. And then I still have the two little ones. It's field trip time. So like this month is the craziest month.
Yeah.
Plus it's the craziest month for my business, craziest month for your business. So
Yeah.
we're like trying to do it all.
Yeah.
And we made a stop at Target. So
yeah.
my question for you is, back to the 69,000, how do you get that many followers? What is the proof in the pudding? Like what is that's making you
dye a dress incorrectly and you piss a lot of people off, or you inspire a lot of people to not prep and just like you had a vision, you wanted to do it, so you did it.
So you piss people off because you dyed a dress?
Oh
Tell me
my
the story.
God. gosh. this
Amari's
is-
told me some snippets about this. Like we do like a little bit of like, you know, we're friends.
No,
outside
I'm
of our
obsessed
show.
with you. I think that was one of the
Yes.
reasons. Yeah. I think that was one of the reasons
Thank
that
you.
I was like
You're welcome.
just so drawn to you. One, you're very genuine. You are
Thank you.
You're welcome.
hilarious,
Thank you.
by the way.
Thank you.
So funny.
So-
and a little bit of a maximalist. I like that you have tons of color, like all of, like you said, all your branding. Your house is like colorful. I was just
Yes.
like, who is this?
It's funny when we bought our house like 10 years ago, it was all like creams and beige.
Yeah.
And it was like very much like Pinterest cream era. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And within like 6 months, I was like, I need to color. I need to paint this room. I need to get
Yeah.
wallpaper here. I need like a disco ball there. I
Yeah.
cannot, like I thought it was like my adult dream home.
Yeah.
And no, there's just so much going on.
You have happiness and color. So
I
what did you
love
do to this
that.
dress that you get off that
Oh
Okay,
my
such
goodness.
a celebrity over this dress?
So Gabe and I had a vintage Vegas gala to go to, and I was like, I've never been to a gala. I'm sure it's like not like truly like a formal event. It's
Yeah,
just like called that, and it's very fun. It was
Yeah.
actually for our alma mater. Is that what you call like where
Oh,
you
yeah.
went to school?
Yeah.
So it was for Missouri State. It was like a fundraising thing. Our friend had extra tickets, but like the theme was Vegas, vintage Vegas.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need something sparkly, but not like Forever 21 sparkly and short. I
Right.
want something long. So I had
Taking the bus.
this, and I'm also very frugal. So like, I'm not the one that's like going to go to Nordstrom or any store and buy.
You're my
some-
you're my girl.
Yeah, like, I
like
could
look
have
trendy, but I
found-
want to spend $1 million.
I could have like, could I find a dress online and be like, oh, this is perfect for the theme. I'm going to order it. Yes.
Right.
But I also was like, what do I have that would work? Or like where I'm going to keep my eyes open at Goodwill, whatever.
It's about the hunt.
Yeah.
So I had this dress sitting in my closet since my best friend's wedding in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And it was perfect, but it was like this beigey salmon pink color, like the color of your dress.
Okay.
And it was gorgeous, but like I wanted it to be black. And so I was like,
Right.
well, I have some black dye left over
Yeah.
from like when I was dyeing shirts the summer before.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like dye it.
Why
And, like,
not?
put it in this bucket with really hot water and dye it. And so I filmed it. And
Girl, people went off.
people were mad because it was like a follow for part 2, which is the first time.
So at that point,
Yeah.
when people are getting mad, how many followers do you have at that point before you dye the dress?
Like I had just celebrated 10,000.
you just celebrated 10,000 and you're literally like, I'm just doing this for content and to have a little fun.
Yeah, because I had talked about it on stories all week. You know,
Right.
I'm very like, I mean, if any of the mad people were followers, they would have seen that it was like an authentic post, and it was like
Yeah.
it was happening in the moment, and like
Yeah.
I dyed it, rinsed it, and dried it, and it was
Mhm.
like I had to let it dry for out in the sun.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'll just like post this first part and then like
Right.
reveal it when it's dry.
Right.
It wasn't like I was trying to like.
Bait people or
Bait
something.
Yeah, you weren't trying to, like, it
No.
wasn't a thirsty post. It was
No,
literally
you
just
were
like,
on there saying like, "Oh, I'm a professional clothing."
And I really
player.
didn't think people would follow for part 2 and be very like.
People lost
Where
their
is it?
minds.
so you do this and what happens?
Well, it turns out like crap, the dress, because I didn't read the instructions, and
I think that
the
was-
dress was made of like synthetic material, and I used regular dye, which I did somewhat read the directions, and it said like if this is anything but cotton, adjust it by like adding salt or adding dish soap or keeping it in the water longer. So like
Yeah.
I did try, and so it turned out it basically looked the same
Right.
in the reveal, and people were mad. A lot of people gave really helpful tips.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were mad that I rinsed the dress out in my yard because like all the dye went into our grass.
Because it's their
Oh.
yard.
No, because of the environment.
I was being a smart aleck.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
because of the
Oh,
environment.
So,
And
what was the most like absurd comment that you got out of that whole ordeal? Because
I think it was that people were like, okay, this is like, it generally like rolling the comments into like a summary. It was like, this isn't TikTok. We don't do follow for part 2s on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, who gives a crap?
And like, oh, you're just like, this is clout so that you get paid more. And I was like, please show me how to make money off this post because it has brought in 0 pennies.
So you had like real life haters.
Yeah, like people thought that it like since it did look the same at the end that like I didn't really dye it.
Yeah.
Like you saw me dye it,
Right.
And then people were also mad and still leaving comments to this day.
How long ago was this video?
In the fall.
And people are still mad about it.
Some people are like, oh, well, and I saw in the comments that the party is this Saturday. I'm like, do you also see that this was posted in like October?
So what did you
what are
wear
you
after
talking
you
about?
pissed off half of St. Louis?
I wore a strapless full sequins like black and silver dress that I got at this resale shop in Brentwood.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't post like a here's what I wore video.
Yeah.
But I did.
They would
there is
eat you alive.
Yeah, there's 4 parts now. I've died 3 times.
Oh my! Are you still dumping it in your yard?
No, this time no. And I followed. I used people's comments to reply. I bought the synthetic dye. I borrowed a stock pot from my mother-in-law to like boil it. People are like, it needs to be boiling water. It needs to be hot. It needs to be in there all day.
See, people, she was putting in the work.
I did. They're like, it needs to be wet.
So you at
before
least tried to
dye
listen to
it.
these guys.
Yeah, because I was like, well, now I'm invested in
grab
my
us some
own
napkins
failures,
here.
you know.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is
Yeah,
too funny.
the first reel, I'd have to look at it now, but as of like a month ago, it had like 40. Thank you.
You're welcome.
40,000 followers from it.
We're acting like
Thank
Neanderthals
you.
here.
Yeah. That's just wild. So I was kind of wondering because Jamie and I have had conversations about this in the past. You're kind of like known for your unapologetic vibe on your page, but did you always have a thick skin towards comments, or is that something that you've kind of learned and grown into?
I think the more you get them, the more you see a pattern of like the type of people they come from.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's easier to brush them off. Now, I will poke into comments on but on large influencers' pages.
Yeah.
And the comments they're getting would like tear me up. Like attacking their like weight and their decor style choices and like their nose or like the amount of makeup they put on. Just like hurtful things, you know, where it's like I don't feel like the hate comments I get are that hurtful. Like they're just saying like I think because I know they're so untrue.
Yeah.
Like it's like
you can laugh it off.
oh, you did all this just for followers. It's like, no, I didn't. I just like I was gonna diet, so I could, I record.
You're just creating content.
Yeah,
exactly.
Share your
Because I hate
experience.
the clout videos of the staged falls.
Oh my
or
gosh, are they not the
staged-
worst?
Yeah.
That's when we first started this, I would hear my voice and I'd be like, Jamie, talk like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like you're making me cringe. You're like, why? And I still don't like hearing my voice. Like, I'm like,
Covers are really hard.
Yeah.
Covers are hard to do. It's like, do I sound like that?
Right.
I have a friend who owns a beauty bar. That's actually where these glasses came from. She has fun stuff. Hillary Frost, if you ever want to get some fun stuff. And
Our margaritas are here.
she would always do these lives.
Salt.
Thank you.
She was sugar.
Yes, I have a sugar one. Oh, yep. Terry, one of these are yours.
You had a Palomo sugar?
And I have 2 frozens with sugar.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Manus just had 3 Palomos by accident. Okay, well, there we go. We'll have to drink
The
both.
other one right here, okay?
Thank you.
I think that's D's.
Yep.
There you go.
So she would always do these lives all the time on her stories. Yes. And I'm like, how the hell do you have the nerve to do that and
This
to hear
is
your
great.
voice? So I've like gotten better at it. But yeah, definitely. Like I get where you're coming from. Like you don't want to be cringy, you want to be authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do lives every now and then, but normally there's only like 2 or 3 people on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I get on because I'm just like gonna do my makeup, but then I'm like, I have nothing to talk about. So I'm always hoping like someone will, like a hater will come on and I'll have someone to talk to. But
ooh, okay, so that brings up a good question. Do you have kind of like a rule of thumb or maybe like a 5-second rule when you see a hate comment? Like, are you like quick to reply? Do you like sleep on it?
I'm so quick to reply and screenshot that sometimes I'm embarrassed because then I'll share the screenshot and it'll show that like that my comment was like 6 seconds ago, and I was like,
Oh.
I was like, wait, I need to like wipe that part out.
So like if I comment a hate comment on you,
She's
you're gonna
quick
share,
with
you're gonna
the-
share me out to everybody?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, don't leave hate. You know what? I have never, ever been motivated or
Oh
thought
gosh, no.
to like leave hate on someone's page.
Well, just like Google reviews. I kind of love that because I get pissed people write Google reviews about me, and I'm like, guys, come on. Like,
yeah.
you went in there and this happened and, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, some dude, I don't know how old he was because I never responded to him, slid into my DMs. And I don't get a lot of like, guy
Like he
DMs,
slid
Yeah.
into
which is
my
funny.
DMs.
Yeah. He was like, you got a man?
Oh!
So I screenshot it and I shared it with like
Yeah.
this funny meme of like this guy being like, open the door,
Yeah.
open the door, let me in. And he replied and he was like, that was really like mean for you to share that. And I was like,
What? Sir, I don't know
excuse me?
you.
Yeah, I was like, and also you disrespectfully came in and was like, you got a man?
Right. Yeah.
But
How
also,
is
I
that
feel like that
what you say
generation
to
of
people?
couple.
Fellas, do
Yeah.
you think that's actually gonna work?
I
we
feel
need
like
to
it does.
step
All the
up
things
a
people are like,
little.
oh, we met on Instagram. I'm like, really? Come on.
Yeah, that's
So maybe
funny.
he was just so infatuated with you in that damn dress. He wanted to meet you on
Yeah. So how do you guys tell the difference between like someone who's just being a Karen and someone who has like a legitimate concern or legitimate like feedback? What would you say?
I'm a pushover. I'm not like I don't have. I feel like I'm getting to where I want to be more like you, where I believe more in my product and myself, and I'm like, not necessarily calling them out, but like no, like see, because I'm the one. I feel like it's gotten around. Like I can just complain it covered in chocolate, and they'll just give it to me for free because that's me. I'm always like, oh, you didn't like the color of your cake? Okay, it's fine. Oh, this happened. Okay, it's fine. We'll give you all your money back. And my sister's like, no, stop doing that.
Because
So
most people do that to every order they buy from anyone.
well, and what I love, and then they always come back.
Right.
And like my sister's like, they should be blacklisted.
But do they try to do it again?
Some of them. Yeah, I just don't, like, we're from such a small town. I don't have the kunas to be like, to hell with you,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You got to go to ChatGPT,
Yeah.
say, how do I nicely tell this person that their order was made, how they ordered it, the
Right.
color they asked for, the flavor they asked, you know, and it's like
Yeah.
crazy
Full
how
fire kite. Yeah.
great of a response you'll get. Because it's hard as someone who's like emotionally in their business.
Yes.
Like, you don't want to piss a client off because like
You don't.
it's better to eat the profit sometimes than to risk a really terrible review.
Yep.
Right.
Especially
right.
on Etsy where like you have no control over like those reviews. You can't delete the review, you can't like,
Right.
do anything. So it's great to like sometimes have, or just like another, like I'm in an Instagram chat with like 6 other small business owners and we share like screenshots of like, look what this customer wants me to do for them from Etsy or like whatever. And we'll
Right.
share like, you know, experiences, advice.
That way you can be
responses.
alert, on guard of people, you know, different tactics that people are using. And,
Well, and one time
or it's the same person.
it was the same person for me and my friend Bricks.
Stop.
You know, with the sunglasses.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's coming on in a little bit. We're going to do her in a couple weeks.
I had like this crazy, someone left me a review for like this hat they ordered. It was like a 1-star review. And they're like, came in as ordered, looks like the picture. I'm like, then why the
did you
1-star
guard?
review?
Ladies, I got fish tacos, cheese baja,
Thank you.
and I got it Nashville and also fish tacos as well.
Nashville.
Nashville, yes. Can we
Oh,
have
I
one
think
more
we're-
like
yeah.
tray? Yes, one more basket,
Thank
please.
you.
Yeah, because I ordered a fish taco. I
Okay,
ordered a
good.
taco.
Do you want your queso and chips over
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that's yours. Yeah.
We have so many.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, Cherry Bear.
Oh yeah, and then is this the one you ordered? No. Oh, okay.
I ordered him. Fish
You,
taco.
I think yours is on here because I ordered one.
I ordered all kinds of fun. So I ordered Nashville chicken. So there should be more coming, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think so.
Okay, well,
If not, we'll
You're
just see.
on it. You're on it.
Well, I like to see all the stuff.
Do you feel like, unfortunately, like that women are can be more aggressive as far as complaining, or I don't want to say take advantage, but like,
Well, and I don't think I have a ton of male buyers.
yeah. Oh, okay. I
And
guess
customers,
yeah.
I don't make a ton
Oh,
of
so you
male
feel-
designs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, random comments, you know,
Do we have more coming? More tacos coming?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
You have one more order.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have salsas for your tacos
Oh,
right here.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
That looks great. This looks,
One on there.
yeah, this looks excellent.
Then we'll give Terry up.
Oh my gosh, girl.
yeah, they're not messing around with that fish piece.
Oh,
no.
what's one? And we know that like hate comments they're far and few between. You get so much like positive feedback, you know. So
I think that's a good balance to remember too. It's like for every one bad review, you know, there's 10 good reviews. Kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
But I would say the few like local drama,
Yeah.
I'd say is the kind that like annoys me the most. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna like put that person on blast and like talk about that person on my Instagram. but
Yeah.
It's
Do you ever get any pushback for doing that?
oh yeah.
You do.
One person I shared sent me an email. They're like, "Well, I talked about you on my small personal account with 800 followers, and you shared on your." I'm like,
Well,
That's not my problem.
Right.
"Not
Don't
my
start
choice."
none, won't be none.
Yeah, like, sorry, don't do it again.
You want the smoke? D's got it for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that.
So when did you become this force to be reckoned with? Or,
No.
when did you, was
I'm
it
not.
after,
I still hate confrontation.
was it,
Yeah.
but I mean, was it after the dress though that motivated you to like kind of stick up for yourself, or were you sticking up for yourself before that?
Definitely before. I mean, I had a video on TikTok, and it's always the videos that aren't about my products that go viral. I did have one video go viral on TikTok that brought me in a ton of orders, and
Yeah.
it was great, and it boosted my confidence to quit my job.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also had a video get me onto People magazine's whatever article page
Yeah.
because of that. But my son found a phone, an old Motorola phone, like under the carpet on our stairs.
Okay.
And I filmed it on Instagram or TikTok, and people thought like my kid was, you know, they started calling him like names and like saying he had learning disability because of like how
What?
excited he sounded, or that like I staged the filming and like told him to do this and all these
Oh my
things.
gosh.
Yes, but that turned into a big series too because like people were so curious about what was on the phone that we like found a battery somewhere, got it to turn on, and actually texted and called the owners, and they ended up used to live in an apartment behind me, but like we still never found out how
Yeah. How did it get under
how
the
the
carpet?
phone got there. So yeah,
Are they murderers? Are they
Yes. Okay, so what products are they coming to you for, D? Like, what is like your bread and butter? Like, where do you make like your most money, or like what generates? Do me a favor.
Yeah. What's most popular?
I really enjoy making my base koozies.
Those are so
because
fun.
They are really unique and customizable and profitable.
Yeah.
And
They're just fun.
they're just fun. And
I'm gonna get my
like,
husband some.
the St. Louis.
And what are they?
So they're beverage koozies, but
Uh-huh.
like I'll take like your theme of your party and create like either a design side for a big 40 or number or whatever, and then the other side it's like the face cutout or just
Not
like a big
cute.
silhouette of you, whatever.
We should get it for the guys. We should get it for Kurt and Joey.
Yeah,
Joe
that'd be
Bill.
funny.
They would like it.
Yeah, I tried to.
With the bite and bloom. Gotta go rep that.
There you go.
I created like a sub Etsy account and Instagram account called Face Favors
Mm-hmm.
to kind of just like market that and
Yeah,
people can
yeah.
see like all the pictures as a whole.
That's cool.
But I would say that, and then St. Louis stuff and custom requests.
Yeah.
Do you have like any like big companies that you use stuff for all the time, or like any like that keep you? Or is a lot of it personal?
She's doing like a really cute St. Louis themed like sweatshirt right now.
Oh yeah, the
Jerusalem
St.
toaster.
Louis favors, or the St. Louis like icons design. It's like a stamp design, and it says like "with love from St. Louis," and it's got like the skyline and like toasted ravioli and a gooey butter cake, like high fiving and like
That's really cute.
frozen custard and that kind of stuff. But I think what's nice is a lot of small businesses with like storefronts and employees,
Yeah.
when they want to order merch from bigger online retailers, there's such a high minimum of like
Right.
you have to order 200 shirts. So like
Right.
I like being able to help out smaller storefronts
Right.
with like getting 10 shirts made for their staff, or like 20 shirts made for their staff, or like swag
That's a great
for their
point.
event, you know.
Yeah.
So I work with Face Foundry a lot for their swag and favors,
Oh, nice.
and do a lot of like cheer team gifts and
Oh, cute.
that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah. Was there any time that like criticism actually helped you, or was like
A little
okay
self-motivation.
valid, or like oh here, there you go.
I know these tacos are great, but they're messy. I feel like
Yeah.
this might be the one episode where people are like, Jamie Corman, use more of your napkin.
I know, I'm like, can't even get the whole thing in my mouth here.
That's what she said moment.
This is the clip art.
Delicious though. So what did you do before this? So you gave up your day job.
Well, I went to school for hospitality and restaurant administration.
Okay.
All my past dream jobs luckily all fell under the same like major, so I never had to change. But it first started with like, I want to be a chef. I want to own my own restaurant. I wanted to be a party planner. I wanted to be a special events coordinator. And then that translated into, I worked at a few restaurants. I managed Dewey's Kirkwood for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Then I was a food director at a daycare. And then I had my first kid, and I was like, okay, I need better pay, better healthcare, like better benefits than the daycare could offer. And so I went and worked at Buckingham Strategic Wealth, which is now, I don't even know, like Focus Financial, whatever. They've gone through so many names.
Right.
I worked there for 7 years, and it was just not my jam anymore.
Yeah.
And so I quit and started doing this full time, and it's been great.
Yeah.
I will say, like, this summer coming up is like the first summer where I feel like, should I have done that? Only because I'm doing a lot less in-person markets, so like there's a lot less income coming from those.
Yeah.
Why are you doing less?
Because just to not spend weekends in the summer
Yeah,
and
it's a
like
lot.
nights and weekends
Yeah.
and with kids and last year, even in the fall, like I just felt like markets were not as like poppin' as they were the year before. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's just like the general consensus of like
Oh yeah.
finances for everybody right
It's
now.
a lot of work to do those markets. A lot of people ask me to do like a bloom bar setup, and I'm like, hey, it's so much work.
Yeah.
And my product dies at the end of the.
I know, and I've always wondered with like food vendors and stuff, and like
Yeah, it all sucks. And with
Yeah.
the
well, and
cost
there's
that we're
like
all
so
feeling.
many. It's like there's pop-ups every boutique and every church and everything every weekend. So there's not like as much foot traffic at the one you're at, maybe because there's like one that's closer to
There's
him kind of
lots
thing.
going on. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just time to kind of. I did like a warehouse sale at the end of Christmas this past year, and just really sold like all my pre-made like market inventory too.
Yeah.
So like when I do a market next, I'll have to just like upfront all that inventory and just make everything to have products. So I've just like been hesitant to
Do that. Yeah. I mean, that's good to like reevaluate and pivot
Yeah.
when necessary. That's the great thing about
Exactly.
owning your own business.
That's
you
right.
can change what's not
I
working.
always get
and,
props from
yeah.
one of my friends. She's always like, "You're always reinventing. You're always making." I'm like,
Yeah. Well, if
You
it ain't
have
working,
to.
you know what? Yeah, you don't have to stick to it.
Because I refuse to fail. Do you feel like that? Like you just, no matter what, like I'm not gonna fail.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why. I'm not afraid to fail.
Yeah.
You're not.
I think because I'm naive.
Mm.
And I think, like even when I quit Buckingham, I was like, well, you know, like, if this doesn't work out, I mean, I can always, like, get another job. I can always, like,
Right.
find another job kind of thing.
I think that's kind of how I felt with the HR. I'm like, I'm never going to lose Excel skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say a lot of my big crises that have happened during work, during Do Me a Favor with, like, technical stuff or computer issues, I'm always really open about that online, and it has always benefited me
Helps,
because
yeah.
someone has reached out and been like, I think I know what your computer's doing, or I can help you, or
Oh,
email me that
nice.
file and I can help. And it's like, I'm such a believer of manifestation too, like
Yeah.
in serious and not serious ways. Like if I know I'm going to Goodwill and like I'm looking for something, I will get on stories really quick and be like, I'm looking for, like it happened the other day. I was
silver,
looking,
metallic.
I was
you
looking
know,
for a
handbag.
men's leopard button up.
What?
Because I wanted Dave to wear leopard to the party.
Yeah.
And sure as shit, I found it was an extra large and it was giving like Tiger King vibes. So I
Gotcha.
didn't get it,
Oh
but
my
like
God.
it was there.
Yeah. What are the odds?
It was there, yeah.
So did you find him a leopard button up?
No, I mean I found that one, but I was like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him to wear this.
Yeah, you have to re
I was looking
it.
for more like a pimp suit vibe, but like did not find that.
Yeah.
But
So what is you're 40 now? What is your what's your next big thing? Where are you seeing yourself in your career and going forward?
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I would love to up my, what's it, like the secondary stream of income of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, affiliate links, and I would love to create my goal for 25, which I haven't even started yet, but was to create a second Etsy, well, a third Etsy shop now for my digital designs and like create the
nice.
designs I sell that I make.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and sell them digitally because
That's a great idea.
I mean they're small value, but then you know if
It
you
adds up.
add enough,
Yeah, that adds up. I mean, that's no. I think that's a
just
great
try to make
idea.
more income without being like physically in my basement like pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Have you ever had a hater turn into a fan?
Ooh, that's a good one, Amari. I'd love to know that.
Yeah.
How do you turn them? How do you make them not hate you?
I always like kill people with kindness.
Do
I'm like,
your haters stay? Like she might hate you tomorrow, and she's still gonna comment.
oh,
on
they're
your stuff?
watching. They're
Oh, like
watching.
the lurkers?
Yeah.
So you have trolls. Terry warned us whenever we started this. He's like, you're gonna have to ignore the comments.
Yeah.
We've not had a mean person yet.
Yeah, but it's still
Oh, it's
like
coming,
really,
for sure.
yeah.
Nobody even really knows who we are. We're still like
Yeah.
non-existent little twerps like the show. So, like, it's coming eventually. We hope. We hope.
Yeah, I mean they kind of say
Give your best hate
they
comment.
kind of say that you made it when you get a hate comment.
We'll,
or
we'll
something
celebrate
like that.
then. We go,
We have some
oh, we have our first hater. But knowing that you're like won over eventually.
I'm sure there has been. I mean, there's definitely been customers that wanted something on like a black shirt or wanted something that
Yeah.
like I couldn't do just based on like the science of sublimation.
Yeah.
But they kind of had their hands tied and like they were on a time crunch and like I was really the only person that could get it done. So I did it. And I've definitely said to people like, trust me on this. Like you will still love the product. You will still be happy with it.
Yeah.
And it's always been that outcome.
Good.
So I would say like they weren't like haters before, but they were definitely skeptical based on
Gotcha.
like
Weren't really believers.
what they wanted.
Yeah. Okay, so that leads me to a really good question because when you're on social media and you see like these big brands like really fail sometimes, like they get called out, they're getting like a storm of like negative feedback and you see them handle it like just so wrong and you're like, oh no, like you're making this so much worse. Do you have any advice for women who own businesses on like maybe how to handle negative feedback or just how to not make it worse, you know?
I would really say, hold on, I think I have like lettuce on raw.
I know. I'm like sweating too.
It's getting hot.
Yeah.
I would say keep your friends close and your family close and really try not to get like so invested in these online personalities or these online
Yeah.
Did your family ever come fight for you? Because like my mom, my sister takes shit so seriously.
Yeah.
That people say about me and they're like, did you see this? And I'm like, just ignore it. Do not message them.
Don't
No,
respond.
my mom is more like I'll like use a trend to, like for instance there was a trend that's like, oh, when the coffee starts tasting like I'm about to throw all these fucking kid toys away.
Yeah.
So it was like that trend like a year ago and
Yeah.
I dumped like a pile of blocks in the middle of the floor and I walked up with a trash bag like in slow motion. My mom texted me like 10 minutes later. She was like, just, maybe go for a walk, take a deep breath. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not really throwing all those toys away.
Joking.
So like there is like,
yeah.
I always say like I don't create fake content, but like there's that sort of thing where you're just like following the trend.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
your mom
Just having
kind
a
of
little
thing.
fun.
Yeah.
I love that because you do see some of these, even like bigger brands that have whole teams that are like dedicated to,
Well, and that's the thing I think
And
too is like these
sometimes
big
they
brands
get
aren't
it
seeing their
wrong.
comments.
Right,
Like they're not
right.
really.
I mean, they don't really give a shit, do they?
No.
I mean, why care? I mean, if you're making the money, who cares what everybody else says?
Well, I think I've kind of seen from experience that like these accounts that have so many followers and so many videos going viral at the same time,
yeah.
like I'm still getting positive and negative comments on the dress reel, but like
Yeah.
that's so far
Yeah.
old that like I'm
Right.
not worried about it. You know what I mean?
Right,
So I can only
right.
imagine like you know, there's reels or posts from these brands that are getting hate that they're like, whatever, like
Right.
on to the next. Like that
Right.
was so long ago.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, you didn't invite this influencer, or you didn't have enough people of color, or you had too many people of color, or you.
I told you the same thing when we started this. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I am like the most introverted human when it comes to like. I always talk about this. Like I hid in my bakery. I hid behind the doors. I
Yeah.
let everybody else think the front was the owners. I never took. And like now I'm like posting pictures of me and my family, and I'm like, yep, this is my bakery.
Yeah.
You're
You're
doing
doing
to my
so
name.
good.
I will say that that helped me tremendously with trust and with people feeling welcome to come in my DMs and ask for custom requests. Because like,
Yeah.
there's like your product can be your business, but like your face and your personality is really like.
But it's not like you don't
What-
want to be there. It's that you just didn't. I didn't believe in myself. Like
Yeah.
I was like more like it made me nervous, and like I think I started it so young
Yeah.
that I wasn't ready for the experience. You know. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, you know what? No, I'm doing it. Like
Yeah.
this is me. Like this is a face. I mean, what really motivated me is there's my son's on the baseball team. There's the mom, and she's like, "So do you really do it? Do what? Do you really cook the food?" I'm like, "Yeah. I was literally just frying
Like,
the
let
burger
me
for the
show
taco.
you. Yes.
Like, why do you think I miss his baseball games? Like, I'm frying the breakfast. I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm doing it with every. I'm an employee of Covered in Chocolate. Like, I see
You're
every
working.
part of it.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, Jamie, they think you're just some snotty little witch. I'm serious because, like, just because my. You know, like, they see me outside of work. When
Yeah.
really, I'm in leggings every day. My hair's tied up in a knot, and I'm, like, back there,
Right,
you know.
Yeah.
And the grind of it, I've got to be more relatable.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
And
like
I-
put yourself out there.
You do. You have to be. But, you know, it's tough.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I always say just get the time lapse video, B-roll of you
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
kitchen making stuff, and then
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Go from there.
post it.
So you feel like that's what people like are so because like you're so like you post what you're doing, like your life and
Yeah, and I think it helps when mistakes happen. It's like, okay, like you guys saw my printer is like giving me a fucking run for my money this week.
Yeah.
Or, like you saw my shop, like I'm physically like printing and making every shirt
yeah.
to order. It's
Yeah.
not like I use a third party, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like trust in that, and also like get to it when you can, and like I love the pickup. I love that like I have so many like repeat customers come, and you know they know where I live. They know they can just like send me the Venmo and come
Yeah.
pick up,
Yeah.
or like drop off.
Your ride or
something.
die.
Yeah.
I love
they're-
that.
It's just fun having people
Community.
rooting for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great. So you kind of mentioned earlier about like having your group of maybe other business owners that you can kind
Yeah.
of vent to, and like really having a ride or die,
Yeah.
and how that's important. Like,
Right, because we don't have like coworkers, we don't have like an HR department.
Yeah.
We don't have like we're Googling stuff all day.
Yeah.
Like, how do I set up this, or how do I contact Etsy? How do I fix this? You know, and so it's helpful to
have a hype
have
team.
someone just like be like, that happened to me too, and this is like what helped, or
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
oh, my reel only got 10 likes. It's like, don't worry, post another one tomorrow. Like,
yeah.
would that be your biggest? That's what I always struggle with. Like I'm like, oh, it only has to be. So is it just like just keep going? Just don't like
Yeah,
if you were gonna
consistency.
give. We always say this. Your younger self. Well, let's say your younger self.
Yeah.
Starting Instagram, she's starting to believe in herself. She hadn't dyed an ugly ass dress yet. She hadn't changed the world. What? Yeah. She hasn't destroyed the environment from dumping dye in her yard. You know.
oh, I didn't wear my Sambas without socks.
Okay. All right.
People were like, is no one talking about her wearing trainers without socks?
They
I'm
were
like,
giving you grief about
Which,
that.
I mean, this is mind blowing that people have time to give a shit about that stuff. You need to get another job.
Who's zooming in on the side?
We need more people in the working community. So if you could like,
well, I
get
took
a
my
job.
shoes off to dump the dye. 'Cause I was like, and I even said, I was like, I just got these in Rome. I am not staining my Adidas.
Oh yeah.
So, what would you tell that girl? Like, what would your advice be? Because I feel like there's so many of us that, like me, I feel like I'm old and now I'm starting to get in the Instagram world and I'm a little nervous, a little shy. Like, what would you tell the old lady, or what would you tell the young girl who just started to like believe in herself? Like, what advice would you give?
I would just, I don't know that it's advice, but I feel like the answer I give a lot, the question I get most is like, or not the question, but like the comment is like, well, I'm nervous to like get on stories and like FaceTime was what the people are calling it now.
Yeah.
It's like talk to your followers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's like, well, you don't have to always hit share. Like I would say like just get on stories and like record a story and like watch it a few times. And you can always discard it. You can always save it in your drafts. You
Yeah.
can always re-record it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's not like it's not like you have to, it's not like it's live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can try again. And I always say like my first story, I re-recorded it like 10 times. And I remember I was like sitting outside. I was giving credit to this mom account who had coined the term sittervising.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like doing it. So I was like, oh, I got on and talked about it. And it was like one of the, I had posted like still photos and stuff of my face. But I've never really like gotten on
Chatted
stories
with
to talk. So I
your
would just say it's like
Community.
practice. And,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean just because if no one replies, it doesn't mean that like they don't
It's
like
bad,
it.
yeah.
It's just like, just think about what you do when you get on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Like you tap through stories and like people live in stories, right? Like they don't really scroll the feed as much.
That's what I say, yeah.
Well,
I
the thing-
love stories.
So I follow another girl that she always makes like a reel, and I feel like she gets tons of likes. People go back and watch that reel. That's what me and her always argue. Do we do the story or do we do the reel? Do you do the story?
Right.
What are you? Are you a story girl? Or are you a real girl? Or do you do both?
I do both. I try to post a reel every day.
Yeah.
There you go, Amari. A reel every day.
Some
get better.
stories, sometimes you catch something on stories that is so good that like it
Yeah,
makes
it
it
was
into
a
a
reel.
reel.
Yeah,
And
there
it's
you
like,
go.
well, there you go. There's
Yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
in my archives trying to like see what I can
Yeah,
use.
find
you know, for a reel or
inspiration. Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Find inspiration.
So what's a day look like for you?
I wake up late with my boys and I make breakfast, make their lunches, and then I either take them to school at 9 and then go work out right away at 9:30,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll work in the shop and then work out at noon. I mean, it's really just tackling orders and then figuring out if it's a day where I'm gonna like put makeup on and batch some content, or if I'm
Yeah.
just gonna like clean or go
Right.
to Goodwill or something. I do try to get like the majority of my work done like during working hours, before they get home from
Yeah.
school, and then
Yeah.
at night.
That's
is when
something I really
scroll and
struggle
edit,
with.
do
Yeah.
that.
I have a hard time shutting it off sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, geez.
I know. I mean, my husband's the first to say like, "You're on your phone again. Like you're always staring at
Yeah.
your phone." It's like, well, sometimes it's work.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like inspiration, scrolling, saving,
Right,
editing.
right.
But a lot of times it's like half of my orders are in my DMs.
Right,
So like
you
I
have
have a customer that's like sometimes I'll forget to put an order out and someone will DM me and be like, "I'm out front. Like,
Yeah.
see my order," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, it's downstairs."
Yeah.
So it's like I have to
You
kind
have
of
to monitor it.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't happen.
Why
that
did
often,
Instagram
but-
change the messaging? I hate like the DMs now.
I
And
don't think
mix it
mine.
up.
So I have 3 Instagram accounts, and they all aren't the same. It's weird.
No.
Like, Do Me a Favor is like I think still the older version, but like when I
Mine's
cross
still the older
over
version.
to my Do Me a Favor, it's somewhat some things I like better over in my other one. But I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is like seamless and easy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then I wouldn't like it all the time.
Yeah.
But I definitely like notice there's a huge difference. So,
Yeah. I can't
so
find
weird.
stuff in there. I'm like, okay, well, I messaged somebody. Someone asked me about
Oh my god.
some flower somewhere, and I can't find it.
The amount of screenshots I have from like combos to remember someone's
go.
name, or I'm searching DMs all the time. Like, someone just asked me about a cucumber salad, and I was like, searching cucumber. Like,
Right,
who was
find
that?
this.
Like, yeah.
Instagram. Okay, well, we had a margarita. It's hot out here, so mine melted. Like, so I had to drink it down. But is there anything that you do to kind of shake off a bad comment or something, like someone left something that like rattles you a little bit outside of a margarita? Because you're a margarita girl. I think you're like known for that on your.
I think.
on your
What's
I
your
mean,
favorite margarita?
Huh?
What's your favorite margarita?
So I drink Margaritaville skinny margaritas. I've been drinking them like literally every day since COVID.
That's the go-to. Okay.
I can get them at Deerberg's. They're ready to drink. They're like $12.99
Yeah.
jug. And if Margarita's listening, I take sponsorships.
Yeah.
So if you want to partner,
She does mention you all the
I do.
time. Yeah.
But yeah, I love it because it's like not super sweet and tart, but it's
Yeah.
like one is like a nice, little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where the margarita obsession came from. I think a lot of women and moms just like, it's
Yeah.
kind of like a trendy thing. Like,
Oh,
spicy nuts,
Right.
Yeah.
That's all kind of
Yeah.
funny.
whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I think sometimes if a comment really bothers me, I don't ever really delete it.
Yeah.
I share it and then sometimes get a lot of positive reinforcement from my followers.
That helps
And
you feel
sometimes
a
that
little
helps.
better,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's like, oh, ignore them, or oh, I
Yeah.
love how you called them out. So it's like, not that like I need that, but sometimes it's nice. And
Helps
they
you get-
never
helps you
see
get out of
it.
your head.
Yeah, and it's truly like they never, the people who leave the bad comment, it's not like they're following me. Like
Yeah.
they really just like scrolling, and that's just like what they do. They
A
just
flash
like, scroll
moment.
through
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
accounts.
Yeah. Do you like share with your husband at all? Like,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't really get on Instagram a lot or
Yeah.
really understand like
Yeah.
what certain things mean or like what numbers mean and like views and whatever shares. So
No, but I mean, like, if you get a negative comment, like, do you tell them, like, "Babe, guess what someone said about me?"
oh yeah, but usually in like a funny like let's laugh about it, like or like look at this crazy person. Never
Yeah.
like I'm really down about this. Like
Oh yeah.
I really don't think I've ever had one that
Really rattled you.
really
Well, that's
got me
good. That's
upset.
great.
It's just, they're not. I just view it as like not real people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not. They're not involved in your life. They don't know you personally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you like what's your way to like hype yourself back up after you get?
I just talk
something that
myself through. I go off the deep end, and then I'm like, you know what? That's
And
one
you circle
negative.
back.
We have a million positive. Remember how busy we are. Look at your calendar. You're booked for the rest of the year and next
Yeah.
year. Get over it. And you're, again, 37 years old. Grow up. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna be a baby and worry about every stupid little thing.
Yeah.
And I always tell myself, you know what, Jamie? You don't like everybody. You don't like all their shit.
Yeah.
So just accept that not everybody likes all your shit and get
right.
over it.
Right.
You know, like I just try to, and I feel like it's kind of made me a nicer person
Yeah.
to realize, like, you know, maybe she was having a bad day, or maybe like when I used to go to restaurants and I'd be like so like, oh, or make like, gosh, their waitress sucks or whatever.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, you know what? They're human. You're human. You screw up when you want people always giving you help. You know,
Right.
I feel like
right.
it just like
Makes you more
learning to be a
gracious.
little more.
I did have someone come back on their comment and apologize and explain that they were having a bad day because the first comment they left was so long and it was so like
Ridiculous.
she had so many points that she was like sure of, and
Yeah.
I had shared it and I got a couple of my followers. Well, I didn't get them, but
Right.
I don't love when this happens because I'm always like, it's not why I'm sharing the comment. I'm really just sharing it for like story engagement.
Yeah,
Usually it brings some DMs or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll have people like go to bat for me and go to that comment, respond to that person,
Yeah.
and let them
They realize they're in the wrong.
yeah. And it's like I'm like, well, I don't want that, you know, kind
Yeah.
of thing. But this person came back and was like, I don't want to like because someone was like, oh, your profile is like women for women, but like here you are tearing down a woman for
Yeah.
dyeing a dress and like trying to like make something in her wardrobe
Right.
work. And
Yeah.
she came back a few days later and she's like, I'm not gonna delete my other comment
Yeah.
because I want to be able to like own up to it and apologize for it. And I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Oh,
takes a
that's
big
great.
and I went to her account and I liked and commented something
Oh,
nice
cute.
on her picture.
Yeah. Just were able to squash it. Water
Yeah.
under the bridge. Do you have a go-to emoji that you use, like if you're like doing a little quick respond to maybe something snarky?
Usually like the upside down smiley face or
Yeah.
like the wink.
You're like,
No.
okay, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had a handful of comments on the reels of like, based on your rude replies to these comments, like you're not someone I want to follow anyways. And I'm like, I think I made a reel in response to something like that where I was
Yeah.
like, you can defend yourself on your own account
Yeah.
and not be rude.
Right.
Like I go, just
right.
because I'm responding to rude comments doesn't mean that like I can't take it on Instagram. They're like, oh well, if you
Right.
can't like handle the Instagram, like don't put out content like this. And I'm like,
Well, yeah.
you can handle it, but still also defend yourself.
There
And
comes
like,
a point. Like
Yeah.
it's not constructive at all, or
Yeah.
and it's just like mean spirited. Like, why would you be like, why are we held to a different standard? To have to
Okay,
be
thank
polite,
you. You just said what I wanted to know.
cordial.
Why
Like,
are we held
we're
to
here being
Why are
rude.
we held to a different standard? I want to tell you a story. So 2 years ago, I know shit about basketball. Okay, I never made the team. I got cut from everything when I was a kid. I was a terrible athlete, and not dogging those coaches. I am not Michael Jordan. You did not miss out. I'm terrible. I'm 5'1". I had no athletic ability, but I wanted to be with my friends. Okay.
Yeah.
So, my girls, there's a little basketball team getting put together. My girls didn't get included. I'm like, I'm going to make them a basketball team. I look on YouTube on how to coach. Oh my
this
gosh.
is like we just watched a movie about this.
Oh, so we're doing this.
You YouTubed it?
Oh my gosh. So
I love
we have
this.
this
I love it so
Catholic
much.
school trying to raise money for our school. And we're versing this other team, and I don't high five the guy. I don't shake his hand. Again, don't condone that. That's poor sportsmanship. It was not professional of me as a mom, but nobody saw it, okay? Nobody saw it. I made a comment to my husband, and here these people come, and they are just so pissed at me that I didn't shake this guy's hand. And I get to another set of group of men, and the guy goes, you know what, Jamie? If that would have been a man, no one would have said shit. And I was like, how funny is that? Because I'm a female. Oh, thank you. I'm a female, and I stand up for myself, and I don't just let you walk all over me.
Yeah.
I'm the devil. But my husband could have not shook your hand, and you wouldn't have thought twice about it and had a bush light with him later.
Right.
So, like, I am so intrigued by women like you that are just like, I'm gonna cuss. She's gonna cuss. That's it. Like, I'm gonna stick up for myself. I'm gonna be me unapologetically.
Yeah.
And have no guilt for it.
Yeah.
Because I try to be that, and it's like, ugh, you know, like,
You
when
get
that
so much
happened, I feel like
scrutiny.
I went in like a little turtle shell. And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, no. Like, I mean, that's why the show's so great. We meet other women that inspire us.
Yeah.
And tell us it's okay to be you.
Right.
And it's okay if someone does something shitty to you.
Right.
You don't have to shake his hand. You know,
Right.
like, you don't always have to agree. Because
Right.
the greatest people in the world that changed this world,
Yeah.
they didn't agree. And they stood up for
Right.
things.
Right.
And
It's like the participation awards. It's like not everyone has to win. Not everyone
Thank you.
has to get a whatever. Because when
Yeah.
they get their first job rejection, like
Yeah.
that's the people that
That's
go
real
and
life.
like
welcome to the real world.
pop off.
Right. Right.
So just be yourself and quit apologizing for it. And if people
Yeah.
don't like you, to hell with you. Keep your circle small, right?
Yeah. I like that. I'm definitely taking a few tips home with me.
Well, I was so excited
your
about,
advice,
about your
yeah.
interview because I knew you were going to inspire women. Just a little bit of hearing how much you've inspired Amari.
Yeah.
Hearing her talk about you, I was so excited to.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So really just try to be authentic and
Yeah.
use filters less when
Yeah.
I need to, when
Yeah.
I can.
Oh my gosh, we had to switch a filter earlier because you could see my contour. Like, I go, Amari, she goes, oh no, you gotta retake that. I was like, OMG. I used to wake up at 6:30 a.m. before I bring the kids to school.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a fine line for that stuff. Like I just did this haul from like things I bought from Marshalls and TJ Maxx. And
Yeah.
one of the things I bought was like this huge fake diamond ring.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like to wear like fake rings sometimes
Yeah,
and like pretend
yeah.
I'm like this, have this other life style,
Right,
you
right.
know? And I was like, plus we're going to the beach and like I don't want to wear my real ring.
Yeah.
Same thing with filters. It's like as long as I'm not AIing like the post I'm posting
Yeah.
and like making me look different, like a different person, whiter teeth, skinnier
Right.
body, bigger boobs, like
Yeah.
whatever,
Right.
and like posting it as if that was real.
Yeah.
And the people that do that, fine. Like I always
That's their
say, like
thing.
they
Yeah.
have,
Yeah. That's their thing.
they whatever. They may have deeper rooted issues. Than
I don't know.
me.
I might sell more flowers if I just like CGI'd some giant.
Oh, like naked
rockers.
boobs. Maybe just go topless. Making floral topless.
Well, you know, there was this Pinterest thing where this girl wore just jeans and then she like stuck flowers down her pants a little.
Yes, I saw that.
But then like it made like a shirt.
Oh my god!
That'll
Okay,
be our
we got
next
some.
episode.
Yeah, we got some inspiration here.
Go see your friend at Fern and or what?
Field and Fern.
Field and Fern's the one that stick them in our pants. My husband will love it. So, but yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It has been great. It's
Yeah,
been-
this was wonderful. Just like so pleasant.
Yeah.
We're like roasting out here, but
we are.
like
It was worth it.
Margarita's help. Yeah.
You guys need to follow her. She's cool as hell. We had a great
Yes, please check
time.
out Do Me a Favor, STL. She's on Instagram. Do you have a Facebook?
I do have a Facebook, but I don't know if it's linked to the right Instagram. I
Oh
don't
my
know, like,
gosh.
I don't know where it
Amari's checked out
goes.
a Facebook
Well, plug
too.
your website.
Yeah, do me a favor, STL.com.
There you
It's
go.
do me a favor, STL everywhere. Luckily, it's TikTok, website, Etsy, Instagram, all do me a favor, STL.
Awesome.
Or do me a favor if it's
Yeah.
easier to remember.
If domes make you happier, that's
Yeah. You like igloos and shit. Like I
Yeah.
can make you a shirt.
Yeah,
with,
if you
like,
think
an igloo on it.
you're from Alaska and you're in a domes, what the hell? We'll take
It's all
it.
good.
I love it. Awesome. Well, we will catch you guys on the next one.
Yes. Bye,
Like,
guys.
subscribe.
Peace out.
Later. Hello. Hi, Sammy. Oh my gosh, he's adorable.
Okay, so we're here at location 2. Your first location was amazing, and I can't wait to hear all about this one.
Hi guys, welcome to Sugar Spring Manor.